Hi everyone, this is take two of my video blog to help you guys learn a little bit more about getting prepped for album design. The first video I recorded everything and the sound wasn't working, so I learned something new today. So anyways, take two. So today I wanted to help you just share with you a little bit about what I do in order to get ready to put together spreads for an album. I'm working on a Mac, and I'm pretty sure you can do something very similar on a PC, but I'm not exactly sure how. But the concept is still the same, so hopefully this will help you either way. But what I'm going to do is get my images prepped in my Finder window so that when I open up my album design program, I kind of already know which images are going to go together on each spread. Just makes things go faster. So I have my window open with my images folder of the images that we're going to use for this album, and I'm going to go up here to view and show options, or Command J, and then I'm going to go to this arranged by drop down menu and hit none, and then close that window. So now I can drag around my images and they're not going to snap to a grid anywhere. So the reason why I'm doing this is so that I can combine images that would look good on a spread together. So we'll go ahead and do that. I like to combine images like the dress, getting ready, or the details, and put those together close together where they would maybe go good together on a spread. Here's the bride getting ready, so we're going to put those together as well. Here's the groom getting ready. Also similar orientation, vertical images together is helpful as well. Here it's some makeup, so I'll put that there as well. This is an image of their first look, which doesn't really go with anything, so I'm just going to put that off to the side. This is another image that's not really going with anything, so I'm just putting that off to the side for now. Once I've kind of grouped together a few images, I would go ahead and color code them so I can kind of see how I'm separating the spreads and get an idea of how many spreads I've potentially made, so that if I have a limit of maybe like 15 spreads and I have like 20 groupings, then I need to start grouping more images together or change them up so that I can get closer to that 15 number of spreads instead of 20. So I'll go ahead and, just so I can reference and kind of know where I'm at, I'm going to color code this group red, and so I know I have kind of one potential spread. These are a lot of images, so probably that's going to end up being two. Let's see, this one is with the guys getting ready, so I'll color code that orange. I might even split this big group up and add it into here, so that'll be two spreads. So it's still two, the way I look at it. Okay, so here I'm going to start to group together. Here's some with the bride and groom. There's some flowers, bride and groom. Again, grouping together similar images that will look good together on a spread and in similar locations. So those are separate. Here's the wedding party. Once you start moving some images around, you'll have more white space to work with, so it doesn't get so cluttered. Let's see, groom, bride. So I just kind of do this really quickly, just kind of roughly, so I can get my groupings together, and then I go back through and I'll work on doing more specific tweaks and making my groups probably a little smaller for the different spreads. So I'll just go through here quickly. And these all go together. Okay, so I'm going to stop. Let's see, I'll go with, here's some details. So I'll stop there. I would keep going normally through. This is where the ceremony and reception kind of break off, and I would keep going through. And so now I'm going to kind of go back and just see this image. I think would be really fun as a whole spread all by itself, so I'm going to color code that. Next one is yellow. And these are consecutive in the day images, so as I'm color coding these spreads, these are the order that they'll probably go in the book as well. Let's see, how do I want to design this one? There's I love that the flowers flowers maybe right next to them. And then maybe that grouping on a second page. So that will probably be another spread there. That's green. And then like these images up here that really just didn't have anywhere to go, or these two pictures of the flowers, I already have a good picture I want to use of the flowers. I'm going to just do this last gray box here, color code them gray. Just to say they don't really belong anywhere, and I can use them somewhere later if I want to. I'm going to do this one gray too because I'm not really going to use the black and white image, although I could change these to black and white. If I wanted an all black and white spread or half the spread to be black and white, I could still change them. But I like these images better there. These I think will be a good spread. Those will be blue. And actually I'll probably put these on the opposite page, so I'll turn those blue as well. So this gray one can just kind of go over here for now. And this one is gray, so I'm not going to use that. And then let's see, we have these three. Make those purple. That'll be a next spread. And then I have two here of the wedding party. I might just leave them both together in the spread, and then once I get to designing the actual spread in my program, in my design program, I'll see which horizontal or vertical would have worked better. I can kind of already get an idea because I have two verticals here and a horizontal. So I might be stuck, I might want another horizontal because to even it out, or I might want to do like this more of a full spread, or this one as well on half the spread, on half the page, taking up the whole like left side of the page or something. But I also need to incorporate these guys in here too. So we'll do the guys right here. Here's the girls. Yeah, these ones are all going to kind of try to go on the same page. I'm just going to group those together and turn those now red because that's the next color. I already went through all the colors once, and then I'll work on that, maybe take one or two images out if I need to. Once I do that, when I open my album design program. So we'll go through here. There's the bride. Love these pictures. And then the groom. Let's see. I might combine, like, put these. And this is kind of like how I actually would put them maybe even on the page. Like they would be maybe 4 squares in a square format. And then her maybe next to that. And then maybe these two pictures, one on top of the other. So that might be one spread. Color that orange. We got these pretty just three in a row would be one really nice spread. And then these actually I probably wouldn't use till later in the details down here. So I'm not going to do anything with those yet. So after I've gone through everything and kind of color coded my groupings, I can put this, I can slide this window off to the side. I can open up InDesign, which is what I work with. And I'll show you a quick example of an album I'm working on now and how I would have this window open and work through it. So I kind of already did it, but I can just give you an idea. So here is my first spread in this album. The images are already in the spread. Here is, let's see, let me go and open up that window for you where the images are. So here's the images, and I already did that first step. And up here, here's the orange. I just keep that down in the corner then. And I kind of laid them out how I wanted them in the spread, and then I designed the squares, the template up, and then I can drag and drop each image right into where they would go. And so it looks just like this. I have the 4 in a square here, and I had this visually in my head, the one vertical, and then this horizontal one I turned into a square just to fit there, and then another horizontal. So I could fit all those on one page. Since this album is needing to be only 10 spreads, I really have to cram some of these images into a really pretty spread, and that's how that works. So then I would also move on. My next one is these yellow ones of her getting ready, again, black and white, or him and some of the details of them before their ceremony. So I would go ahead and decide what kind of layout I'd want to work with using my templates that I've made, looking for the number of horizontal or the number of vertical images I have to work with, putting those templates in my spread here, and then just dragging and dropping each image into the spread. And I just go through like that. I hope that helps you get an idea. You can do that with any album program that you're using. It's just the initial kind of foreseeing and getting it all ready to go, so that once you are doing the actual album, it's really quick and really simple because you already know which images will look best together instead of searching for an image that might look good next to the one that you have. If this is helpful for you, let me know. I really appreciate any comments, and if you have any other questions or things you'd like to hear about, leave me a comment here on the blog, and I will see you later. Thank you so much.